Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Farming Simulator 17 here on the PS4 with Mad US 123, who is here. Hey, there he is.
Hey.
So, Mad, since I've been off, or we've been off here, few days, I did some missions around our map and got us built up a good sum of cash. What do you? Yes, monies. What do you suppose we should do with that?
Well, I'm thinking we buy this next field here.
This field?
Maybe, yeah.
All right. I am buying this field right now. All right, we own that field. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. And we've got 190,000 left over. What,
I think we might need some new equipment to do all these fields.
New equipment. All right. Well, what are you thinking we should do for a tractor? What looks good to you?
Let's see.
Probably looking at maybe something. What kind of horsepower are we looking at?
I think we're looking in the maybe.
Ooh, that JCB looks kind of cool.
Well, it kind of depends on what kind of plow we want to go with.
Well, we probably won't be able to afford the plow if we get a big enough tractor. Or do we just dump all our money into a pretty big tractor so that way we can handle most anything that we want to get later?
Right.
Because we could get something upwards, or we can afford something that's in the 224 horsepower range. So the Dutzfar Series 7 or the Lamborghini Mach VRT, we could afford those. It would take all our cash, but we could afford them. Or we could step down to only 210 horsepower, which would take
Macy Ferguson.
the Massey. Yeah, you could do the Massey or the T Series Valtra. If we go with the Massey, it keeps with the red theme of all our other equipment.
What's this on the Valtra?
The Valtra.
Reverse drive control.
Yeah. You can actually like turn the seat in the cab and drive with your back wheels being the front wheels. Which could make for some interesting things when we get into needing to mow grass and whatnot.
Right.
You'd be able to have your mower right at the front instead of the back and be able to turn kind of like a forklift does with the like almost a zero turn mower on it because your turn wheels are in the back.
Right. That could be interesting.
I do like the look of that JCB. Too bad it's only 195 horsepower.
Yeah.
So what do you think? The Massey or the Valtra?
Well, there's not a whole lot of difference other than that drive control option.
Right? And the amount of gas they hold.
Yeah, the maintenance is fairly similar. It's just $10 difference.
$10 difference. I think having the flexibility of that drive control could come in handy, potentially.
Yeah. Well, let's go with that one then.
All right. Oh, we could get a front. Oh, we can get a front loader attachment on this one because do we have We don't have a front loader in this map, do we?
No, but it's probably something we want
Ooh.
to look at.
If we had more monies, if we had $500 more, we could get a 250 horsepower motor in it. Ooh. Wheel weights. Narrow tires, standard tires, or wheel weights. We'll go with standard tires. We can change the color on it. Colors of the rest of our equipment, blue or red.
I've been making everything red in my...
Well, what's the color of the equipment we've got in this map? It's red, right?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll stick with, is it a dark red? Is it a lighter red?
It's the lighter red, but the dark red looks good.
Go with the one up from that. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna get the front loader attacher. I'll run with the 194 setup on it for the engine. The 210 horse we were looking at. And then
Okay.
I could put narrow tires on it, but I'll just keep the standards. Because narrow tires or wheel weights, I could put wheel weights in it for another 1,300, but I don't know that we need weighted wheels.
I don't know.
Alrighty, so we are purchasing.
Cool.
Boom, the Valtra is at the store.
Well, if you want to transfer over to it.
Oh, there she is. Oh yeah, I think that red will match the rest of ours really good.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Let's we go into first person view and where is, there it is. Change driving direction. Now I'm facing I'm facing backwards. That's funny. You gotta try that out. Oh, you're already facing backwards. The L1 and the R1 changes your driving position. It'll flip it back around. Oh, you disappear as the chair turns. You turned invisible.
Weird.
Alrighty. You want to go ahead and get her back to the farm, and I'll bring back our other tractor and grab the seeder, because this field should be ready to be seeded up.
How much money do we have left?
We've got 17 grand left. Is there something you're thinking we can buy for 17,000?
Well, I wonder if we just wanted to go ahead and get... Well, do we need the front loader for this map? 'Cause we were kind of talking the other day about we might not need the pallets.
Well, what I was thinking is, as we get further away, we could drop pallets down by wherever we're working.
Mm-hmm.
So that way we wouldn't necessarily have to drive all the way back here to load up on seed and fertilizer.
Right.
So it could come in handy. It may not be handy right now. And then if we get into pig farming or anything, we'll have to get the pallets of pellets, of pig pellets. So we'll need one eventually.
I didn't know if you want to just grab one now on here, or... Just
I
get it
think we
when we need
can.
it.
I think we will get it when we need it, but it's nice that we
Okay.
have the option already to do that. You know.
Ooh, this thing goes pretty fast.
Probably faster than our other ones.
Yeah, it was about 53 on the road.
Nice. All right. I'm getting. Gonna start planting back on this field. So we've got corn and we've got sunflowers planted.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to plant beans on this other field, or do we want to do corn or sunflower on this other field?
Well, is it not already planted?
No, it's not planted. It's been harvested and it's been cultivated, and it's been
Just cultivated.
yeah, it's just cultivated, so it's ready to be planted.
Well, do we want to just do like wheat and kind of keep that?
We don't have
Stock?
we don't have a sower to do
We
wheat.
can't do the wheat, right?
So we've got beans, we've got corn, we could do sugar beets, but we have no way to harvest it. We've got sunflowers. So beans, sunflowers, or corn are what we're working with here.
Well, let's just do another field of beans here.
Another field of beans. All right.
I should say a field of beans since we don't have one.
All right. Going with the beans. This is the worst plant job ever. Sometimes the lines seem to be way off on these maps. Like I think I'm driving straight and I'm not driving anywhere near straight.
Yeah, this tractor makes our other tractors look real small.
Does does the red match up okay with the other tractors? Do they look similar
Yeah.
at least?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
And once we get this field planted, we can we'll boost up time. So hopefully we can try and get a harvest in.
Yeah.
We got about 15 minutes or so. Do you see anything that you could possibly sell off that we have in
As
stock?
far as
That we have in stock as far as like grain that we have.
well, we got some wheat and some soybeans.
So that way you can be doing something while I'm planting this bag. Something we could look at doing in the future as well is joining up field 20 with field 15 and making it one long, giant long field if we ever wanted to.
Right.
Because with a plow you can create other fields. Which we'll probably want to get a plow eventually here. At least we can, with that Valtra, we should be able to look at something a little bit bigger as far as plows go.
Right.
Jesus. $1,714 fertilizer costs.
Oh yeah, I just filled up the fertilizer.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we don't have to buy the pallets of fertilizer. It just,
Yeah, it's just, that's kind of a cool mechanic for man. I like that.
we don't have to go and get a ton of pallets or anything.
Yeah, it's a real pain.
There's a trailer, a modded trailer that you can download as well. That I saw in the mods list.
Oh.
So you could always, you know, they've got that Flegel, but there's also another flatbed style trailer that can be picked up or downloaded and then bought later, which I might look at adding in since there's only one real flatbed trailer in the game. It would appear anyway.
You know where our tipper is?
Yeah, it's underneath the fill spout for the grain. I figured I'd leave it there after I emptied it out because we'll probably need it to carry grain somewhere. Or we'll just need to haul it over and load stuff up. Either way.
Load up some soybeans.
Feel like we've made some headway here. Got a third field. Got a nice big tractor. Got a decent sized seeder. At least for the fields that we have. I've come to the conclusion I'm absolute crap at running this equipment. See like spots where I've missed seeding like all over. feels like it's perpetually 3:18 in the morning on the game.
Actually, landing some good money there.
Oh, that was 10 grand. Nice. Hey, we're back up to 26,000. Yeah, I was reading online. Apparently, Farm Simulator had more active units sold on Steam than the new Call of Duty Infinite War or Infinite Warfare.
That's funny.
More people are farming than shooting. That is pretty funny. Did you make it out to vote today?
I did.
Yeah, I went after. Actually, I left work about 45 minutes early to go vote today. Read an article that kind of helped make up my mind as to which way to vote.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was talking about how the president that gets elected today would have the possibility of appointing possibly 3 Supreme Court justices.
Yeah.
And obviously a president's going to pick a Supreme Court justice that kind of would, they obviously want to set it up so the things that they have common ground on would be worked towards. And if they've got, more people, so kind of looked at where the stances were between the two on things that would affect the rest of my life and possibly my kids, because obviously a Supreme Court justice is until they quit or they die.
Right.
So it's not like they're gonna change much once they get in there, unless they quit or die.
Right.
So that helped me make a decision, because I was really on the fence with who to pick or what to pick, because this election's so goofy this year.
Yeah, it's been a tough one for a lot of people.
Alright, we are seated up. So I'm going to bump up the time here. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Alright, we are on 120 time. I like how the solar folds up on this one. It's so cool.
You know you can do turn signals?
What?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Oops.
You press R1 and then just whichever way you're turning. And to turn it off, you just press it again.
Oh! Well, that would have been handy to know. I mean, not that it's important, but...
They don't include that in there, but kind of cool.
How'd you figure that out?
Just on accident.
You know, something I'm gonna get is a pressure washer.
Yeah, stuff's starting to get dirty. Does that do anything other than cosmetic?
I don't know.
I just wondered if it like decreased costs or anything like that.
Yeah, that I don't know.
It'd kind of be cool if you kept your stuff clean, if it,
The operating cost would come down, or the maintenance cost would not be as much or something.
yeah, or at least it wouldn't go up as fast or something.
Yeah. Right. There we go. Oh, it's daylight out. Yay. We'll have to keep an eye on the fields here.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny how you only have to pressure wash one side of the vehicle and the whole thing gets clean. There we go. Nice and clean.
Let's start fertilizing. I want to turn the time down a little bit.
Dropped it down to 15. Oh, there she is. There's the new tractor rolling in. Oh yeah, it does make the other tractors look small. Nice. Like it. Yeah, I decided to paint the rims on it too to try and match everything up.
Yeah.
It costs a little bit more that way, but I like having a fleet that matches. I don't know why. I just do. Pressure washing equipment.
Dang it.
Oh, looks like your time's up on this episode. Thank you, folks, and we'll see you on the next one.